Welcome back, everybody. Time for some more Victory at Sea Pacific. It is late August of 1942, and we are well on our way to a victory, hopefully. And it all began with a major, decisive victory over the Japanese carriers in and around Midway during the earlier part of this year, which has opened the door for me to take Wake, Marshall Islands, the Gilbert Islands, and now the Solomons. Of course, all of this is stuff that happened really kind of later than it has for me, so I'm a little bit ahead of the game, but we know that there's a lot ahead that's not going to be easy. And right now my main concern, because I'm ahead of the game a little bit right now, what I really want to do is I want to start focusing on getting supplied and getting up to speed on some of my newer ships, getting them out into into positions where we can cover all of our bases. We might even eventually maybe send a small carrier task force up here to the Aleutians. Right here, Attu, and I couldn't tell you the dates, but I know Attu Island was the first time since the War of 1812 that an enemy had taken possession of United States territory. And eventually the U.S. had to fight a bloody battle to take that territory back from the Japanese. So I was actually just watching a documentary about that last night. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of solidify things. This may be one of those episodes where we don't really advance the ball too much, but we really just strengthen our position where we already are and maybe try to reach out and strike some Japanese fleets that may come our way. Like right here, we've got 10 cargo ships, an oil tanker, an ammunition ship, and 2 destroyers. That is a prime candidate for me to get an easy victory by launching a strike from the carriers that are down here in Guadalcanal. We've also got up here near Wake Island. Now, where was that? I know I saw it was near Midway. We've got the 5 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, and 1 heavy cruiser. That's another excellent opportunity. We could use what do we have there? We've got the Hornet task force. So it's just one carrier, but could still do the job, and I really don't want to advance with the rest of these ships and get myself into trouble. Actually, we've got 2 carriers there because we've got the Lexington and the Hornet, so we probably need to rename that task force. So we'll go ahead and work on that, and we'll start strengthening, solidifying our position. We'll spend some of these war bonds. So while we're launching those attacks, I want to just review what's currently being constructed in my harbors. So Pearl Harbor, we've got a Cleveland-class light cruiser working right now. We've also got a couple of cargo ships that are being built. We've already got 2 Fletcher-class destroyers that are docked there that are waiting for a home. Let's go over here to San Diego, where right now we have some big things going on. We've got a North Carolina battleship 12 days away, a Lexington-class carrier 5 days away, 2 Essex-class carriers. Actually, I think that's how long they've been being built, maybe. I don't know if that's how long to go or 5. Yeah, that's how long to go because it just went down to 11 days. 2 Fletcher-class destroyers at 14 days. We're actually going to go ahead and issue the upgrade orders for those. And Mare Island, Fletcher-class destroyers because we're really low on destroyers. A couple of oil tankers going right now. Puget Sound, North Carolina class battleship, South Dakota class battleship. So we've got some room there. And I think we'll go ahead and start queuing up. We'll get another, not a Lexington, I want an Essex. An Essex class carrier, upgraded. And then some. Let's go ahead and get some cruisers going, some more Clevelands, I think. That's a light carrier. That's kind of an escort carrier there. That's the Atlanta class. It takes 24 days and 95 is the cost. I can't remember how much the Cleveland class is. Alright, so the Cleveland class costs 170 and takes 43 days to build. So I think we'll actually go ahead build a couple more Atlantas. They're faster to build, cheaper to build, and still pretty effective. In fact, we're going to queue up 3 of those. And then after that, we'll wait a little while, and then we'll work on probably some more tankers, some more cargo ships. Okay, so a couple of bombers from Midway were already headed there. We've also got the Hornet task force sending out a massive amount of planes to do their thing. That's a lot of ships. We're probably going to lose some planes in the process, but again, we're stationed right at Midway, so we're in a good position to be able to very quickly recover those planes when the time comes. Alright, so let's go ahead and head to combat. It's going to be a nighttime attack, so I'm just going to let them do their thing. I'm not going to issue separate orders. And it's going to be kind of a long string of attacks. We've got Devastators coming in. It's been pretty difficult for me to kind of get them coordinated. Now, I know I can manually do this, and maybe for nighttime that might be the way to go. It gets kind of loud when I do it this way. And we're getting shot down already. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because I want to kind of see what's happening here. So we're going after the destroyer. And it looks like they're pretty well on target. As long as they release at the right time, which it appears they did not do. Of course. Oh, we did get some hits. Okay. I stand corrected. So that one's down. We'll see what our torpedo planes are able to do here. Let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit. Looks like we did some significant damage to the Kuma. I'm not sure we're going to sink it, but we'll find out here in a minute. That's a light cruiser. And everybody missed. There we go. I just need to insult them a little bit, that's all. It seems like that does the trick. So, scratch two cruisers, a cruiser and a destroyer so far. There we go. Our Devastators are coming in nice. Alright, we gotta get a little bit of a glitch here. I guess they're going for this guy here. No, they're going for this one back here. Oh, you had an easy target there on that destroyer. Why would you fly right over that destroyer to go after the one that's turning away from you? Oh well. I'm gonna make this guy's job easy. He's not even moving. Really not sure what that's about. All he needs to do is start moving. I wonder if there's something wrong, because he doesn't appear to have any damage, but he's just sitting there. And he's gone. So he must have been moving, and I just didn't have any eyes on the target, so I have no idea what happened with that one. Okay, so the good news is we're down to just the 4 destroyers. We'll let that continue on its own. I think they'll take care of them with little trouble, and we'll be able to easily replace the losses. Let's go ahead down to the Solomons, where it looks like our first attacks have already taken place. Our first 30 dive bombers are already returning from target. Let's go ahead and take a look at these ones. And as I'm looking here at my XP, it looks like we're getting really close to unlocking some new units again. So maybe we sink a few more ships, we might be unlocking some new things. I'm excited to find out what's next. I really hope we get B-29s before too long, but that may be a little bit later in the war. Okay. So again, we're still at nighttime. It's right around midnight. I'm going to spread these out because honestly each bomber probably gets a sinking with one hit, so we'll spread it out as much as we can, figuring that somebody's going to land some hits. And no point in wasting anything. So those are Dauntless. We've also got the Helldivers. Those are the ones that already have been on target, and now they're heading back to the carriers. Man, is that really where they're aiming? They're not even... Oh, they weren't even close to on target. I know there's a way to do this manually, and I may just have to start doing that because that was just brutally inefficient. Let's see if we get any of these. Oh, that one wasn't even close. These nighttime attacks are the worst. Okay. Alright, the task force up here in Midway has wiped out those 4 remaining destroyers. And we are even closer now to unlocking this next thing, but we're not quite there yet. So let's go ahead and return Hornet Task Force to repair and refit and get everybody built back up. We'll keep an eye out for anything else that might come this way. In the meantime, I'm sending Wolfpack Charlie from the Marshalls. That's got 5 of my newest submarine, well, 4 new subs plus the USS Drum. They're going to go and recon Truk Lagoon. That's a major port and one I'd very much like to have. We've got Task Force 36, which is 2 destroyers at Pearl Harbor. We're probably going to want to send them out, so let's start moving them forward. We'll move them up to Johnston Island. We've got Task Force 33 at Tarawa. That's a light carrier along with the Columbia and the Cleveland. I don't know what we've got up in Macon, anything, no. Enterprise Task Force and Carrier Task Force Alpha, so a lot of my carriers down in the Solomons right now. Task Force 22, which does not have any carriers, is currently at Wake. So we're going to kind of keep them there for now. We might go ahead and send them out on a little bit of a patrol just to kind of see what's up. And Wolfpack Alpha's there as well, and I think we might go ahead and send them. I don't know if they've got the range for this, but let's go ahead and check out Tinian, see if we can recon that. Alright, so here's what we've unlocked. The Baltimore-class heavy cruiser. And apparently that's it. So that's all we got that time around. Enemy vessel spotted southeast of Wake Island. It's 5 submarines. So honestly, not something I'm going to concern myself with a whole lot because I don't really think I have any. I've got the William C. Miller is my only destroyer in the area. I need to get a few more up there. Maybe what we'll do is that couple of destroyers that we're sending out toward Johnston Island, maybe we can connect them with a few more and get them going out to start doing some sub hunting. Alright, we're continuing to follow up on what's happening down here in the Solomons. Down to just 6 cargo ships, 2 destroyers left in this task force that we've been hitting. We've got another group of dive bombers headed that direction now. Let's see how they do. 6 cargo ships, 2 destroyers. We've got daytime attacks now, so I'm hopeful that we do a little better. We hit one of the destroyers and none of the cargo ships. It's a rough go trying to take them out, but we're actually going to probably get in range with our actual ships here in a minute. And once we spot them, other than that destroyer, honestly, there's no real threat to any of my ships. So we'll see if we get these launched very soon, or else we might actually have to use our ships to do this. Hopefully we take out the destroyer. Oh, wow. Okay. That time we took out 7 ships all at once. So there you have that, and now we've got some additional war bonds on our side. Let's go ahead and return Task Force Alpha after we see what's going on here. Oh, that's just the subs near Wake. Oh, there's 4 subs there, 3 subs here. So we've definitely got to get some destroyers out here to start doing some sub hunting. Okay, another fleet in the Solomons. 5 destroyers, a cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and a heavy cruiser. That would be a juicy target to get my hands on. I've got the 2 carriers here. I think they could probably handle it. So let's go ahead and let's take a look real quick at my carriers. I was looking at building some more task force with some more destroyers, but I want to look for just a second at our task forces here. So we've got just the Enterprise. I feel like I need another carrier task force. That's probably not enough to get this done. That's right, I do have 3 carriers total down here, because I've got the Ioana Buyer, I've got the Pillar of Autumn, and then I've also got the Enterprise Task Force at Tulagi, because we've got 2 ports here. So we're going to send all of them out. Let me just double check the makeup of Carrier Task Force Alpha's planes. We got to do a little bit of repairs. So once those repairs are done, we'll get underway. All right, so this fleet's getting pretty close. I don't think I can really stand to wait much longer. So we're going to go ahead and issue orders for both my carrier task forces to attack. That's 3 carriers worth of planes total. I think they'll have more than enough to get this job done. Again, there's 9 ships, 5 destroyers, a cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and a heavy cruiser. So pretty substantial. He's been sending spotter planes, which we've been shooting down. Okay, here we go. So we're getting some fighters up for our combat air patrol. We're sending massive amounts of dive bombers along with some torpedo bombers. And it looks like it's going to be nighttime, so that's going to make for a miserable time to start, but it also means it'll be harder for him to shoot me down, so let's see how we do. Okay. Oh, I love the view on this one. You got the sun going down, you can see the Solomon Islands. Excellent. So let's see, we got the Yami, Kurai, Iwaki, Kuma. So I think we'll just go ahead and let them attack the targets that they're already going after. I hope they're not all going after the same targets. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pause. We're going to go after the ships in the front first, because I don't know what their targets are going to be, but what I don't want to have happen is I don't want us flying over ships and giving them a chance for anti-aircraft fire just to go after rear targets. So we're going to break off into a couple of different positions here. And again, this is just the first wave. Already you can see these guys are not even close to the target. I have no idea what's going on here. There we go. And I don't know what I can do to take over these guys, but I want to see if there's a way I can do that. So I can just manually take on their payload and do this thing. Not sure. So these guys are going to miss. They're going to drop it right in front of them. Seems like at nighttime we just have absolutely no luck with hitting targets, especially small ships. A little better with carriers and battleships. I don't think we hit anything. Nothing at all. Oh, brutal. Alright. Maybe the torpedo planes will have better luck. Let's get a look and see. Oh, we do have some more dive bombers coming in. And they all missed as well. Ugh. They're swinging around, getting ready for their attack. Yeah, I'd love to see them go after the guys in the middle here, because that way, even if they miss, they might hit somebody behind them. So let's see if we have any success here whatsoever. I'm going to slow down a little bit so I can see what's happening. Alright, so we can see the torpedoes. There's a couple over here. This guy's gonna outrun this torpedo. He's gonna... we got a hit on the Iwaki, but that's a heavy cruiser, so one torpedo wasn't enough to do the job. These ones are gonna miss too far forward on the Shoka. He's gonna turn and miss those. Alright, so really very little success on our first run. So I want to keep an eye on the Enterprise because they are kind of close to the Japanese fleet. So I want to make sure that as our planes come in and they get ready to take off again, that we don't have an issue where we get too close to the fleet and we endanger our carrier. So it's 2 in the morning. We're going to start seeing the sunrise here pretty soon. You can see the moon going down over there. Looks kind of like the Death Star at the moment. It's kind of awesome. But here's the Japanese fleet off in the distance. Enterprise should be getting her carriers, or her planes back in the air pretty soon here. But yeah, this fleet is getting close. So let's keep an eye on that. Alright, same thing goes here with the Yuana-Bayer. We're going to go ahead and start turning them. We're going to move them away from the rest of the fleet because we're very close to actually getting into combat range here. I don't know why this destroyer leader's heading out like that, but I'm not real thrilled about that. We got Enterprise headed back the other direction. We're going to get the Chester out front. But I want these destroyers to just defend the carrier. Kind of stay in the back. We'll let the Chester come up front. But we've got to get our planes back in the air. Alright, so I couldn't keep moving them because I can't get my planes in the air unless I'm heading the right direction, and right now I'm not. So as soon as we get into a favorable position for the wind, we can start launching planes again. Okay. So we're going to start doing all this manually. I don't normally do that, but this close to a fleet, we will. I don't have a lot of torpedo bombers at the moment. Okay. Same thing goes for the other squadrons. I definitely want to get some of these other cruisers headed that direction. The Brooklyn. Atlanta. Okay, let's get our other flights going. Where's Yuana-Bayer? We gotta turn them as well because they're also same problem. No, not attack. Move. Pillar of Autumn, same thing. Okay, they're in a good position. There we go. She's getting hers off now. All right. Back to it. Here's the Montera. That's one of our patron ships. We want to take good care of that one. So let's be kind of careful here. I don't want to run too far out in front of all the other ships. We'll let these planes get out there and do their job first. Oh, hello. Okay. We're in range. So let's definitely be careful here. We're going to slow things down because this is about to get interesting. Torpedo planes are going to get there first, and we haven't had a lot of success with those. Oh, Montera, no, no. Get out of here. No, not you. Move quickly. That was brutal. Alright. Dive bombers. Missing horribly again and going for the ships that are furthest away. Alright, we sank one of them. We got the... Is that the heavy cruiser? I think it is. We sank two of them. Good. Probably my ships are doing that, not my planes, because my planes are just not doing much. What do we got left here? Alright, Montera's okay. They're okay. There's a heavy cruiser. That's the Iwaki. That's the one we damaged earlier. Come on, guys. You can do this. Are you really not even going after that ship? Ugh. Oh, he put the torpedoes right on him. Oh, are you kidding me? Are they really going the other direction? Wow. Okay. That did not go the way I thought it did. Helldivers are coming in at not dive range. What's the point in being a dive bomber? I guess they're just so close. They don't even have time. They don't even bother going up. Jeez. Hopefully these torpedoes... Are they even going to put torpedoes in the water? Completely worthless. Okay. No, we didn't lose the Montera, did we? No, she's right there. She's just really close. Alright, I think we got something here. Or was that just my planes going? Nope. Took down another cruiser. That's 3. We gotta deal with this heavy cruiser. Where's the Atlanta? There we go. Philadelphia, Brooklyn, fire on him. Oh, we have a battleship. That's right. The Hermione is here. HMS Hermione. I forgot we even had a battleship here. I should have had them up front to begin with, but they're way behind. Beautiful. It's an old battleship. Actually, we just built... No, I don't think we did just build that one. I don't even know what class it is. What do we got left? A light cruiser and a destroyer. Alright, let's see some shells come in on this guy. Come on, Hermione, where you at? Alright, can we maybe... We can't seem to give any orders to our dive bombers to get up to any kind of altitude. They just appear to want to do their thing from where they are. Alright, Tenryu's is the last one. A couple more shots will do it. I forgot I had that battleship, that really helps. Alright, it was ugly, but I don't think I lost anybody. There we go, enemy fleet destroyed. So you can see Montera heavily damaged, but doing alright. Let's get everybody back to repair and resupply. Of course, the problem here is that there isn't a lot as far as supply goes in Tulagi and Guadalcanal, and we don't have any cargo ships currently inbound. So we're going to have to set those to high priority, at least until we get these fleets ready to go. What do we got down here? 6 cargo ships, 5 oil tankers, 3 ammo ships. So I might have to go ahead and send one of these task forces, maybe the Enterprise task force with the Montera, back to a port that's got better ability to deal with all of this. Somewhere like Tarawa. And they don't really have anything either. They don't have fuel, but they do have cargo ships inbound at least. Well, would you looky here. We've got another Japanese carrier along with a battleship, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, and 5 destroyers. Spotted it when we had the Yorktown task force out on patrol. Now, I'm not entirely sure I want the Yorktown taking that force on by themselves. And I don't have a lot in the Marshall Islands beside that. So here's what we're going to do. We've got these subs here. I'm not too worried about those. We've got Task Force 22 here with these battleships out at Wake Island, but that's honestly the only thing to really protect at Wake. And I see some fighters, which means there's probably another carrier out here somewhere. So what I'm thinking I might do is we might have to send the Hornet task force. Now this is kind of weird. We might have to rename one of these. We've got the Lexington right here. Let me take a look at this for a second. Lexington actually doesn't have a CV number, which is kind of strange. And the reason I say that's kind of strange is because if we go back to the bridge and we look at Task Force 38, also called Lexington. So we're definitely going to have to rename one of these Lexington class battleships. So let me think about that for a minute. I don't currently have any other patrons that have names outstanding that they've told me about. So I'll look for a name that I like. Alright, so I guess the only other Lexington class carrier name there is the Saratoga. And these were ships that were on hulls that were originally laid down as battle cruisers after World War I, but had to be scrapped because of the Washington Naval Treaty and got turned into carriers instead. So I guess let's name her Saratoga. And she's on her way right now. Where do we have them going? We have that one going out to Midway. So yeah, that's going to take a little while to get there. Let me see what else we have. We got 2 destroyers here heading toward Johnson Atoll. I don't have another carrier in the area. Carrier in the area. Yes, carrier in the area. Unfortunately. So, what do we got down here in Gilbert, near Tarawa? We've got a light cruiser or a light carrier, kind of an escort carrier, that might be enough to help out here. So maybe we'll send them up toward the Marshalls as well. It's not a lot of planes on that ship, but it's at least a little bit to help out. Looks like down here in the Solomons we've pretty well wiped out that Japanese cargo task force that was moving along on the south side of the Solomons. We're just waiting on finishing off this last cargo ship. So maybe we can send this task force as well, although we've got to do some repairs. We're in bad shape as far as our planes go. So let's go ahead and put them into repair and resupply. Enterprise, Montera needs repairs, so honestly, we just kind of have to sit tight with all that stuff in the Solomons right now. All right, we've completed 3 destroyers, the Taylor, the Waller, and the Strong at Mare Island, so we're going to go ahead and start sending them out. We're going to send them to Midway for now. They're going to help be part of the sub-hunters, but that also means that now I've opened up 3 spots for building some additional ships. Desperately need fuel. I'm seeing a lot of my forward bases do not have fuel, so we're going to get some more of these tankers going. We've got 3 of them going right now. Honestly, I think I'll just let those finish up and build something else here, because if I build more, they'll probably wait for all of them before they go sent out to help out with anything. So tell you what, let's do this. Let's get a Baltimore class heavy cruiser going. No upgrades available to that one. That's my first one of those. Actually, let's build 2 of those. And then how about another destroyer? Now, you know what? Another light carrier. Get one of those escort carriers going, and we'll upgrade that. Apparently they just can't get enough down in the Solomons, so he sent another task force. This one's got a carrier, heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, a cruiser, and 5 destroyers. This would be a major score for me if I can use. He doesn't know that I've got 3 carriers down here. Now I've got some repairs to do still, and definitely some refueling to do, but Pillar of Autumn's ready to go. Yuana Buyer's ready to go. Let's take a look at the Enterprise. And Enterprise is ready to go, so we're good. And it looks like Montera's just about completed repairs. So all of our planes are ready to go. I'd love to upgrade some of them. I don't think we're at that place, but 3 carriers worth of planes ought to be able to do this job. All right, so I issued attack orders to both carrier task forces. Unfortunately, so far, unless they're just all really close together, it seems like they haven't all launched, and we haven't sent any fighter support with them. So we're just going to have to count on being able to hit him before he can get too many fighters up in the air. He put a spotter up. Honestly, I probably should have sent the fighters first. Here come the fighters now. So they did send some fighters along. Now he's getting his dive bombers in the air. So let's see if we can nail this carrier and take it out. I'm going to send everybody I've got at the carrier first. That's the goal here. It worked out nicely before. We want to do it again. Carrier first, no matter what, then we'll worry about the rest. I don't know why we've got just 3 Dauntlesses out front. Always seems to happen that way. Alright. So we're starting to get a view of things. It's going to be a daylight attack. That's good news. We got to find the carrier. We may not have spotted him yet. I'm not seeing him. All I'm seeing is the escort ships. Alright, let's unpause for a minute. See if alright, so there's some planes coming, so it's got to be, there's another plane. The carrier's back here somewhere. There he is. It's the Kaga. Okay. That is everybody's target. Everybody's target is the Kaga. We actually don't have that many that are coming at it yet. Oh, and there's his zeros. Okay. Wish I had gotten a lot more planes in the air at once than this. And I don't know why on earth their altitude does not want to change. They didn't already attack, did they? Yeah, they did. That's weird. I never even saw the attack. I have no idea what's going on right now. So it looks like he's sending his whole task force over here through this little strait. Alright, we've got 6 dive bombers. I don't know why only 6. I thought I saw more than that going this way. Seems like everybody's getting shot down before they get close. I really should have gone after the escort ships first, I suppose. He's got a bunch of Kates getting in the air. Actually, they look like they're flying combat air patrol, which makes no sense because they're not fighters. But maybe that's all he's got. Alright, let's hope for the best here. Don't miss, boys. Aim for that big tomato in the front. It's a big target you can't miss. Beautiful. Not quite finished, but darn close. That was a beautiful set of hits. Just got our anti-aircraft going now. But we've got more dive bombers coming in. Oh, these are the Hellcats now. We only need one more good hit. There it is. Kaga is down. I believe that's Japanese carrier number 7 that I've taken out. Alright, let's go back and look at the situation, because now what we really need to do is protect our carriers. He's got these dive bombers over here, but at least at the moment, they don't seem to be a threat. Let's go ahead and look at combat so we can watch them coming in. We got all these planes sitting here. Why are they not in the air? Get them up there. Some zeros there. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. We're just going to fly combat air patrol for now. Just keep them up in the air, defend, and then go after those escort planes or escort ships. All right, now we're gonna get some more Wildcats in the air, and we're gonna send these ones actually to go after these Vals. Got these dive bombers here. And we want to make sure we nail them before they get too close to my carriers, because that's enough dive bombers to do the job. They can mess me up. Although right now they seem to be kind of avoiding me. Alright, here they come. Where's his... Oh, he's going for Tulagi. He's going for the port. Alright, let me pause for a second. I don't want him hitting my port either. So let's go intercept these guys. Looks like we've already got some going after him. They may not hit him before they drop their bombs, though. Oh, yeah, they will. The Vals are slow. Well, we didn't get them all. A couple of them are going to get their bombs off. That's okay. At least they can go after my carrier. And they have nowhere to go home to, because their carrier's gone. So we'll shoot them down. Alright, let's look at the situation. We're going to wrap it up at the end of this fight. We want to finish the rest of these guys off. He's still got 4 destroyers, a cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and a heavy cruiser. So there's some significant damage still to be done. And just like that, just in a matter of hours after I said it, we wiped out that entire fleet. So I'm going to wrap it up right there. We did not move the ball forward as far as taking any new territory, but we took out another carrier. We wiped out another couple of fleets. We've taken out a lot of Japanese ships. Honestly, he just can't have that much. I mean, I'm losing a lot of planes doing it, but I'm not losing a lot of ships. Planes are cheaper and easier to replace than ships are. So we'll keep it up. We will refit and hopefully get some supply out to Guadalcanal, because we don't really have a lot right now. So let's go ahead and return to repair and resupply there. We've got another carrier task force up in this area somewhere that includes a battleship that eventually we'll go after. We are sending Wolfpack Charlie to scout out Truk Lagoon. That's going to probably be our next target. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think I should do? What should I be doing that I'm not? What should I start doing? What should I stop doing? Use that comment section below, and we'll be back in a couple of days with the next episode. Thanks for watching.